curious what your thoughts are on the outpouring support.
Yeah.
It's kind of become a folk hero. Like that. And then also, any update you can give us on drone sightings? I know there was some talk about it over the weekend.
First, the outpouring of support. People are hurting. They're hurting and hurt people, hurt themselves, and they hurt others. And, people who have dealt with insurance industries and either had their claims denied or slow payments and all the other things, they are showing, their anger over this. But no matter how angry we are, you cannot take a weapon, a ghost gun, put a silencer on it, target someone, and shoot them. That's the bottom line. There are systems to mobilize and organize. I always think of those young people who were angry and hurting after there were shootings in our schools. Those children mobilized. They forced Congress to come up with new laws. That's the methodology of what we need to do. And we need to be clear on that. Because if my pain can cause me to do what was done, then is that how we settle all of our pain? Because there's a lot of reasons to be angry and upset. And so when I see a dance party on social media should be, more responsible. And I said this also, I think it was last year. Think about this. Think about the shooter. Ivy League, grew up in an affluent household. His manifesto clearly is showing some signs of hating. Our children are being radicalized. I said this over and over again. Everybody's like, what are you talking about, Eric? Our children are being radicalized to hate the America, to hate the country that put them where they are. This person had all that one wants to have, but he hated everything to the point of shooting someone. And we better deal with the radicalization of our young people. And, people could, they could complain that I'm saying it, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing our bench is hating the team. And we better start acknowledging and focusing on that. And so having dance parties, celebrating the death of someone, I don't support that.
I've been down hard, baby. I've been down hard, baby. Every sister day, every sister day, I've been down hard, baby. I've been down hard, baby. Every sister day,
Shadows now, just moving asleep. Moonlight smells on comic books and superstars in magazines. Girlfriend calls, tells us where to meet. The plane takes off from Baltimore and touches down on Bourbon Street. Sit outside and argue all night long about God we've never seen, but never fails to side with me. Sunday comes and all the papers say Walter sends John Bob and happy with her full-time job.
I've been down hard, baby. I've been down hard, baby. Every sister day, every sister day, I've been down hard, baby. I've been down hard, baby. Every sister day,
My life, thoughts that drift away. The summer come for everyone, King humans did what prophets say. If I died before I learned to speak, money paid for all the days I lived away but half a cent. Life's time to teach you growing up. Seconds ticking kill the sun all the million years before the fall. You ride the waves and don't ask where they go. You swim like lions through the crust and great to settle things you would find.
Imagine a world where time drifts slowly. A world where music carries you away. Experience pure moods. The perfect soundtrack for your way of life. The perfect soundtrack for your way of life. The perfect soundtrack for your way of life. Direct from Europe, this multi-platinum collection has won the hearts of millions. Set adrift with a timeless pleasure, or take a trip into the unknown. No other collection gives you the feeling of pure moods.
ain't wrong. Asking them if she wanna play games, we the Super Smash Brothers. She wanna play games, we the Super Smash Brothers. She wanna play games, we the Super Smash Brothers.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Way up. Wait a minute. Work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute. Had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real. I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake moves and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Look.
Rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them niggas stop it. Whoa, it's my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit. Grinding with the team, making C notes. In my pocket still full of green, call it CeeLo. Alligator watch on me, Tim Tebow, and these haters love to watch me like TiVo. Look, I don't take L's, I just learn a lesson. Before I count the M's, always count my blessings. Look, I'm too short, never second guessing. Got some money, put up for the rain, so I'm never stressing.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Way up. Lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
We in civilized societies are rich. Why then are the many poor? Why this painful drudgery for the masses? Why, even to the best paid workman, this uncertainty for the morrow in the midst of all the wealth inherited from the past, and in spite of the powerful means of production, which could ensure comfort to all in return for a few hours of daily toil? Whole generations that lived and died in misery, oppressed and ill-treated by their masters, and worn out by toil, have handed on this immense inheritance to our century. For thousands of years millions of men have labored to clear the forests, to drain the marshes, and to open up highways by land and water. The shafts of the mine still bear on their rocky walls the marks made by the pick of the workmen who toiled to excavate them. The space between each prop and the underground galleries might be marked as a miner's grave, and who can tell what each of these graves has cost, in tears, in privations, in unspeakable wretchedness to the family who depended on the scanty wage of the worker cut off in his prime by fire dam, rockfall, or flood. By what right then can anyone whatever appropriate the least morsel of this immense whole, and say this is mine, not yours? The landlord owes his riches to the poverty of the peasants, and the wealth of the capitalist comes from the same source. If all the men and women in the countryside had their daily bread sure and their daily needs already satisfied, who would work for our capitalist at a wage of half a crown a day, while the commodities one produces in a day sell in the market for a crown or more? This is the secret of wealth. Find the starving and destitute, pay them half a crown, and make them produce 5 shillings worth in the day. Amass a fortune by these means, and then increase it by some lucky hit, made with the help of the state. We do not want to rob any one of his coat, but we wish to give to the workers all those things the lack of which makes them fall an easy prey to the exploiter. And we will do our utmost that none shall lack aught, that not a single man shall be forced to sell the strength of his right arm to obtain a bare subsistence for himself and his babes. This is what we mean when we talk of expropriation. This will be our duty during the revolution, for whose coming we look, not 200 years hence, but soon, very soon. The only thing that may be wanting to the revolution is the boldness of initiative. With our minds already narrowed in our youth, enslaved by the past in our mature age and until the grave, we hardly dare to think. If a new idea is mentioned before venturing on an opinion of our own, we consult musty books 100 years old to know what ancient masters thought on the subject. It is not food that will fail if boldness of thought and initiative are not wanting to the revolution. Henceforth, able to conceive solidarity, that immense power which increases man's energy and creative forces 100-fold, the new society will march to the conquest of the future with all the vigor of youth, leaving off production for unknown buyers, and looking in its midst for needs and tastes to be satisfied. Society will liberally assure the life and ease of each of its members, as well as that moral satisfaction which work gives when freely chosen and freely accomplished, and the joy of living without encroaching on the life of others. Inspired by a new daring thanks to the sentiment of solidarity, all will march together to the conquest of the high joys of knowledge and artistic creation.
WNBC TV in New York. This concludes our program schedule for the day. Portions of the preceding day were pre-recorded. We will return to the air tomorrow with more of your favorite programs.